Alright, if you guys know me, you know I'm something of an aficionado about bacon. I'll eat it on just about anything. I've tried various types of bacon in the past, turkey bacon, etc. But one thing I have not tried yet is vegan bacon. So, the other day, I picked up a box of this stuff called Benevolent bacon from the store, described as a hickory and sage plant-based protein. 10 grams of protein, but no grams of cholesterol, fewer calories, fewer fat than pork bacon. Yeah, this is non-GMO verified. Sweet Health Natural Foods is the brand name. So let's see what we have on the ingredients here. We have filtered water, vital wheat gluten, extra virgin olive oil, red beans, buckwheat groats, vegan bacon natural flavors, natural hickory smoke, evaporated cane juice, maple syrup, natural soy sauce, garlic, sea salt, tomato paste, nutritional yeast, coconut oil, apple cider vinegar, cumin, sage, rosemary, caramelized sugar, and spices. And they even labeled the ones that are certified organic. How nice is that? Also interesting to note is that if while this has a long use-by date, it can be used until the end of the year, they actually recommend you consume within 5 days of opening. I imagine the materials they use to process this probably doesn't hold up much after it's been opened. Well, anywho, let's cook some of this stuff up and see how it tastes. Okay, so we have our pan with some oil heating here on medium heat. They didn't specify which kind of oil, but I decided to use vegetable oil because, that seems to make sense. And here is our benevolent bacon, a thawing and frugal use of cold water, just as the packet commands. And it's been in there for a while now, so I'm going to cut it open and see if we can't get something cooking. So, this is what a strip of benevolent bacon looks like pre-cooked. And so yeah, I'm gonna put it in the skillet. And the instructions say to cook for 2 minutes on each side, or a little bit longer if you want crispier. I'm gonna try to err on the side of crispy. So let's get cooking. Maybe turn the heat up a bit so it'll fry better. So here it is. Feast your eyes on the loveliness of cooked benevolent bacon. Let's see which one. I'll go with the smaller strip first and see how it tastes. Well, it does not taste like bacon, I'll tell you that right away. But interestingly enough, the taste that it does have is not unpleasant at all. It does have a really interesting kind of like hickory and smokiness to it. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't make this as the central portion of a meal. But it could be useful as maybe an ingredient in something bigger. Like I could easily see myself like using this stuff as part of nachos or mixed into a hash or something because the flavor is actually pretty pleasant, surprisingly enough. The one thing that it does lack in comparison to actual bacon is the crispiness, and of course, if you ask me, the crispiness is probably the toughest part of that to fake, because, you can get the salt and the smoke, and stuff like that, and all sorts of things, but the crispiness that comes with that actual bacon is probably the toughest thing in the world to fake. And the packaging, of course, recommended that for crisper bacon, you cook it longer. Now, these strips are cooked a little bit longer than usual in the first place, but over here, yeah, this is a strip that I cook separately, about twice as long as the instructions say, so hopefully, we'll see if that can get a little bit more crispy. Yeah. Yeah, that is considerably crispier as you might expect. But still, it lacks kind of like the firm structure and crunch of actual bacon. But overall, I think this stuff isn't bad at all. It's actually pretty pleasant. So if you want to add something to your meal that has a kind of like a smoky, herby flavor to it, or if you want something that kind of like bacon with, but are opposed to bacon through such controversies as factory farming, unethical animal treatment, stuff like that, which I'm totally okay with, and you want something that's bacon-ish, this stuff this actually is a pretty good substitute, just as long as you don't expect it to actually taste or feel like bacon. It works as a bacon substitute, I would say. So yeah, if you're curious about this stuff, I would highly recommend that you at least try it.